about your church every day, Sister Irma. You take your own money and make people pies and never charge them a dime. That's your church. That's what God look at and blesses. He look at when you come together when sickness or death within the community. You take your time, you take your resources, and you come together and you help people no matter what church they're affiliated with, and you never charge anybody anything. You never look for a thank you or handout or nothing.
All right.
And so many times you do that and folks will never say thank you. But you're not into it for a thank you though. That's what true love is all about. And I get so tired of folks standing in the pulpit and preaching about who's going to hell. If the truth be known, half the preachers in the pulpit will bust hell wide open. I know. I didn't come to be popular with preachers.
All right.
God, thank you, Jesus.
But preachers can be some of the crudest people in the world. They'll cut you off. Stop dealing with you. Stop speaking to you. Stop having anything to do with you. Because you carry yourself the way that you carry yourself.
Hallelujah.
But God always make a way for his redeemed though.
Yeah.
And that's what I trust in. I don't have to worry. Because I know who I am and who I serve. And I ain't bragging on Williams. I'm bragging on the Lord. I don't think the way I used to think. I'm sorry, you all. I realize I want to leave. God will bless you all the days of your life if you do his blessed will.
Yes.
Sometimes when we get down and out, we've been dependent on ourselves. See, it's the truth that'll set you free. And when God bless us and we don't do what we're supposed to do, and we lose our so-called blessing we thought we had, then we think the world is picking on us. But then God will say, I gave you all the opportunity in the world to do what I told you to do. And you reneged. And then he said, wait a minute. He'll just step back. He'll let you get in a rock in a hard place. You're back up against the wall. And he'll let you stay there a little while. Then he'll release you. He said, now, I'm going to give you better than what you lost. Now do what I told you to do. Sometimes we look for a job. We can't find one. But we had the opportunity to be what we wanted to be in the Lord, and we would not listen to the Lord.
All right.
So now we feel like everybody in the world is against us. Not so. All I can tell you, if you got it right, get right with God. If you got right with God, hold on. Help is not on the way. Help is already here. Just hold on. Hold on to your eternity. I'm tired. I've been coming to church. People in the streets, blessed better than me, calling me a fool. Fool, what you doing in the church? Giving the preacher in the church all your money? I see why you ain't got nothing. They got everything look like. But their blessings are just temporarily though. You look them straight in the eye and you tell them, I got something that the world can't take away from me. I got Jesus the Christ. And I know that he loves me. And he'll never mistreat me. That's what you tell them. And I'm going to hang in there. Because I know from whence all my blessings come from the Lord. I know where they come from. And I'm just waiting on the Lord. He has not forsaken me and he has not forgotten me. I put myself in this predicament. And even in this predicament, you might stop loving me, but I know he still loves me. That's what you got to tell him. So what if I got sick? Didn't know where I was at. But I still got King Jesus.
All right.
And I thank God. So what, Sister Hulu, if I lost my telephone, I didn't know. But I thank God I got Jesus. And he watched over me as your testimony today. With all the scars on my knees and all the bruises. But I'm still at church praising the Lord. I still got the activity of my life. So I know when I fell that he dispatched his angel. And before I fell, his angel was there to lift me back up. See, that's my praise. Woo! Satan done got good now, but let me stop. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what we need to know. So I'm tired of people telling us everything. You telling me everything. But everything you done told me ain't nothing turned out right yet. When I stop listening to you and start listening to that little still voice that was in the depths of my soul when it speaks to me, but I'm listening to you. Well, you my bow. You my sweetie pie. Girl, your eyes is brighter than the stars. Your face is shining like the noonday sun. Your lips are just as ruby. Your eyes are beautiful. Well, wait a minute. That's going to wear out in a little while. I can go to the book of Ecclesiastes and everything you telling me, you just a copycat. The Lord got that and more in the Bible. He tells me how I look, my shape, and everything else. You just a copycat. I'm looking for the real thing. I'm looking for Jesus. Now, if you don't want to serve Jesus with me, I'm sorry. It's going to come a time in my life that I got to depart.
Say it.
You go your way, I'm going my way. I done tried it your way. Why don't you try it my way for a little while?
Right.
If we suffer, let us suffer together according on Jesus. Yes. I know, baby, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. But the Lord loves us, though. With time come changes. And that's what happened in Galatians 4:4, one of my favorite scriptures. God sent forth his son because the world was in a bad shape. And then he take him to the cross, you all. He came, he died on Calvary Hill. And he shedded his blood for the remission of all mankind's sin. And they stuck a crown of thorn in his head and blood came dripping down his eyes. They put rivets in his hands and spikes in his feet. And he stayed there. He hung there. Then he gave his last stand on the cross. But he still spoke love in all that they've given him. And they even spoke some of the same one that was in the church and said, you're doing a good job. Some of the same one that said, Hosanna, Hosanna, we know that you're the God of God. The same one that's around the cross. Saying, what are you doing, man? If you be who you say you is, why don't you come up the cross? Two male factors, one on each side. And one of them even spoke, man, why don't you come on down and take me down with you? But the other one said, wait a minute, this man have done no, we here for what we've done. We've murdered and think this man have done no wrong. And he asked Jesus, would you forgive me? And what Jesus tell him? When I sin, when I go to, you going with me. In other words, you going to be with me. Ain't there something? One on the left and one on the right. But one of these thieves had enough sense to ask God, Jesus, to forgive him. That's something. And we're in the church. I heard somebody say it today. Ain't nowhere in the world I can come to the church with any kind of sickness or awe that I would have enough faith in God's saving grace to come to the altar and said, I'm sick. I need healing in my body. You got to tell nobody, tell Jesus.
That's it.
I don't have any money. I don't have a job. I'm looking to you, Lord. Don't you know the more you call on it, the more he'll answer you. It ain't like what we think it is. And you see people, the most people that's blessed, they have a job. What I mean by the job, that's to be a blessing to other people. People don't understand that. You catch somebody bragging about Jesus, about they got this and got that, and they won't give you the time of day, something wrong with that blessing. That's a temporary blessing. I promise you that. If you shut your mouth up, it's going to come a time when you call on Jesus, he'll say, I know you're not, man of iniquity, depart from me. The doors of the church open.